one man on his team. The only way home is winning.
Salutations and greetings to my esteemed Professor Surjit. This video presentation is about our analysis towards the movie 12 Strong. Here is a bit sneak peek about the movie. Captain Mitch Nelson, the head of a dozen Green Berets who were the first American troop to set a foot in Afghanistan after September 11, 2001 attacks. Among his men are the older and more experienced Veteran officer Hal Spencer, a rascal king Sam Dealer, and weapon expert Ben Milo. Their orders come from Colonel Mulholland and Lieutenant Colonel Bowers. Their mission is to enter the northern Afghanistan through Uzbekistan with the help of the Uzbek warlord General Abdul Rashid Dostum, who has his own reason for taking on Taliban. Together with Dostum and his men, Nelson and his team must capture the Afghan city of Mazar-i-Sharif, which is the Taliban stronghold. But despite their extensive training and boundless bravery, the American troops do not realize they are going to navigate this unforgiving terrain, which notoriously have destroyed the empire for centuries on horseback. And more importantly, they have to do it before the winter freeze comes in 3 weeks. For the first question, we identify 3 problems, which is the first problem is when everyone, including Lieutenant Colonel Bowers and General Abdul Rashid Dostum, underestimate Captain Mitch Nelson. This is because he is too young, too pretty, and has a little field experience. Due to this, he has to constantly prove himself. At first, when Nelson asked Bowers to bring his team back, he was taught to set at his desk and look for information in Afghanistan that could help them in attacking the Taliban. Therefore, Spencer persuaded Bowers to make Nelson to become their captain again. He stated that even though he doesn't have enough field experience, but he has a good leadership. With that, Nelson became their captain again and fly with them to K2 Uzbekistan. There, Nelson and the other 4 captains were briefed by Colonel Mulholland to choose one team to set a foot in Afghanistan. Among them, Nelson was elected. This is because Colonel Mulholland stated that only Nelson sees the way it is, and he is pretty confident despite never being to war. But Nelson disagreed with it because he stated that it is not a disadvantage to him. During the first meeting with General Dostum, he disputed Nelson's courage through his eyes because he cannot see the killer eyes on him, and thinks young people like him does not have enough field experience and a soul to face the war. Despite that, Nelson proved himself during their first attack on Taliban. After that, he slowly gained Dostum's trust and proved himself to be a good leader.
Lastly, is the need of trusting your own allies and do your best in the given task. For example, their next move is to go through to the Tangi gap to try and catch up to the Taliban. At en route, the team is attacked by the Taliban. During the battle, Nelson noticed tanks from Dostum's men heading in, despite Nelson never being told about Dostum having tanks. After the fight, Nelson confronts Dostum over withholding this type of information since it could have risked lives. Nelson accuses Dostum of just being another warlord. After coming together on a better plan, Nelson has some of his men meet up with a team from one of the rival warlords, as they plan to set several soldiers among the flanks to get to Rezan before he and his men reach Mazar. Dostum doesn't like the idea at first, but Nelson convinces him it's the best plan that they got. Soldiers initiate their attack against the Taliban, with airstrikes coming down and soldiers riding horses into battle. Many Taliban members are blown up or shot to death. Reza attempts to get away in a van, but he crashes and is left with nowhere to go, as Dostum corners him and puts a bullet in his head. The soldiers head to Mazar, though only Dostum and his men head in, as Nelson and his men have done their part. The 2 leaders part on good terms, having come to respect and trust one another. Eventually, the Taliban surrender to Dostum and lay down their weapons.
Now moving on to the second question, which is the leadership strategies that is used to execute the mission. Now, for the first leadership strategies that's been done, we can see in Captain Nelson himself, where he concisely and prepared information gathering and intel towards the mission itself. As we can see, during the first meeting between Colonel Mulholland, Captain Nelson himself have already prepared informative and also intel regarding about the Afghanistan and Iraq and also Al-Qaeda and also with the Taliban, accounting for the risks and also the problematics that can be happening. He also concised towards a plan towards that he can finish the whole mission itself under 3 weeks only. With that in mind, this shows the leadership strategies in Captain Nelson himself on how does he precisely compete with the other groups and also information gathering and preparing the best outcome for the leader himself and also for the group themselves in achieving the best possible outcome. Secondly, furthermore, which is the second leadership strategy that we can see from Captain Nelson, is on how he's befriending and building rapport with Dostam, which is his companion during the mission itself. So Task Force Tiger has been joined with General Dostam, which is the leader for the militia that is go against the Taliban and also the Afghanistan from Al-Qaeda. At first, Dostam himself did not trust Captain Nelson due to his inexperience and lack of killer instinct in his eyes. And this created miscommunication and distrust between the two of them. But as the movie progresses and as the journey progresses, we can see on how Captain Nelson builds his trust and communication with both of them, as Dostam sees that Captain Nelson himself has the characteristics and also the leadership in showing on how he does take risks in the mission themselves and showing that he has the instincts and the killer instincts towards achieving something, and he knows about the risk and also the payment according to how to win the war itself. Thank you.
Furthermore, among the leadership strategies of Captain Nelson at the task force is his strategic risk-taking during the forward push to capture the stronghold of Taliban at the village of Mazar al-Sharif. During the midst of chaos on the battlefield, as a task force dagger and the Dostam's militaria reaches the outskirts of the stronghold, and Dostam inquire and ask support from the Nelson to drop US bomb strikes at the stronghold. But as their location was far away from the stronghold, it was hard for Nelson to get precise and accurate coordinates of the stronghold, and this results in ineffective bombing airstrikes, which missed the chances of attacking the vital parts of the stronghold, and this caused the enemies to be aware of their location and started to attack them. As the enemy approaches and tries to attack the team, Nelson took a strategic risk of moving forward closer to the stronghold to get a concise coordinate despite the countless enemies being pursued and tries to shoot him down. Despite the risk, Captain Nelson took this strategic opportunity to get a concise coordinate, therefore to send an effective air attack on the stronghold. This leadership strategy of Captain Nelson of taking a self-risk played a crucial role in neutralizing the stronghold of the enemies by attacking the vital components of the stronghold. Thus, his strategy to take risk has been calculated, and his objective of the mission is achieved, which is to dilapidate the stronghold of the enemies. Another leadership strategy that I admire from Captain Nelson is assuring teammates' involvement and their healthcare. This was actively demonstrated when he was taking care of Spencer. Spencer is a sleep disc patient, and he started to get a backache when he was traveling on a horse to reach Captain Nelson. Therefore, Captain Nelson decided to change his role to be a long sniper and also giving crucial coordinates to the US air support. Moreover, Captain Nelson also took care of Spencer when he was critically injured by a suicide bomber. The chaos on the war zone, Captain Nelson was checking on Spencer's status.